Good. Can't hit a ball better than that, so, yeah.
Grant, things are pretty obvious. The defensive plays may not stand out as much, but feel just as important. When did you really start feeling, confident, knowing, hey, man, I've contributed in the field as well as the plate?
Last year I really picked up the confidence with it. I kind of like to stay under the radar with them, go unnoticed. That's always a good thing when you're unnoticed as a fielder. Last year really brought up my confidence, had a good year, and brought it into this year.
How long does it take you to get comfortable with infielders, where they're going to throw it, where they might miss it? Because I'm sure a lot of that plays into you being able to make something.
Yeah, so like you said, you got to learn every infielder and what they do. The fall really plays a role. We're out here 3 or 4 hours every single day. You learn I could probably do with my eyes closed. So, yeah.
This might be a dumb question, but when they replaced the turf last year, did hops and anything like that get different picking balls at first?
Yeah, it was totally different. I always said we played on concrete with the old Mon turf. So, obviously that takes some getting used to. When new guys come in here, they're always missing balls and stuff. Other teams, you can see it too. It plays a role everywhere you go, and here you got to get used to it.
Grant, from a first baseman's perspective, can you take us through the play that Jace had in the first inning, that pop-up? What's going through your mind as a first baseman, I guess, when you're in that situation?
Catch a ball. I'm not totally sure what their first baseman was doing on it, because he really didn't even try to make a play. Obviously, the runner has to give you a lane to make the play, so if he went and made the play, Rhino probably would have been out. So that's, really just make the play. The guy's running down the line. He can't get in your way. So, it's pretty simple.
On the home run, were you looking for a specific pitch? Because you hit it really well. Were you looking for a specific place, or did it just happen to be in your sweet spot?
I'm not even sure what pitch I hit. I really don't. I'm not sure if it was a fastball or a changeup, but he just left it over the middle, and good things happen when pitchers do that.
After last night, it's like a high energy game, a lot of noise coming from both dugouts. Do you expect that to bleed over into game 2, and did you feel that at all? Because it didn't seem like it from up top.
No. Honestly, I think we do a pretty good job keeping it in our dugout. Obviously, Chase gets excited, and that's just how he is, and you can't tell him he's bad for that. But most guys keep it within our dugout and fire up everybody else. So I don't think it really bled over.
How much do you guys feed off each other? When you see Logan hit a home run and you see Jason home run, you're like, all right, it's my turn. I'm gonna crank.
Yeah, it's everything. Hitting's contagious. We weren't hitting too well, and then all of a sudden we got 10 hits on the board. So it really is contagious no matter where you go or whatever happens. Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Grant, you're only 38 games in the season. You've had 2 13-game streaks. You had a minute. I know it's only been final for a few minutes, but just to kind of appreciate what you accomplished this one.
Honestly, I don't even really think about it. It's pretty cool to win 13 games in a row in baseball. That's really hard to do. But, each day we come in, we go through our routines, and I honestly don't think many guys have that thought in their head that we've won that many in a row, and that's why we keep winning.
Any questions for Reese?
Yeah.
Reese, what was working for you?
It was kind of on and off. Fastball was in the zone. Slider was, kind of there, and it got better as the game went on. And then sometimes, I'd leave a couple up. But it really helped when, the pitching coaches and Sauvé were back there telling me, make sure you're finishing each pitch. So it was nice to have them in my ear as a reminder.
What's it like pitching when there's chants and stuff going on?
So,
Do you even hear that?
yeah. So it's funny. I'm the opposite of Hussey. I'm on my 3rd school. We have never had any amount of fans that's like this. And so sometimes I'll take a look back, and I'm just like, man, this is crazy. All these people are relying on me right now. let's really not ruin their vibe. Everyone looks like they're having a good time. So it kind of I kind of take a minute to appreciate it.
Do you feed off that energy?
Yeah, so it's super cool. I love when the fans are out there. I love the warm weather. But I know it's cool when I look at my teammates and they're all, kind of like give me the fist, like, come on, you got it. And so, like, I'm like, doesn't matter what I'm doing, they're counting on me. So I try my best there.
Reese, we talked to Chase after a recent game about the roles you all are both playing. You could be closers, in a classic baseball sense, but you're coming in and almost putting up starter innings at some time. Is that a little bit of a different mindset for you?
It kind of just depends on the situation. Normally, we don't know how long we're going to go. We're just trying to go as long as we can until we can't. And it's great that we have the depth that we do because, I came out, Chase threw last night, I came out, threw a bunch, and then we still had Carson Eshridge ready to go, close the door. So I don't really think about it too differently. I kind of, I try not to save anything, and I'm just going to go as long as I can, and then once that's over, then, just cheer for the next guy.
Were you a high leverage situation guy at your previous stuff?
Yep. So my freshman year, I was a long reliever. Sophomore year, I started, and then last year, I threw 70 innings out of the pen. So I was most on the team in long relief. That's just kind of the role that I've always just happened to been put in, and I just go from there.
Anything else? Okay. Sorry, Grant. 5th largest crowd in ballpark history tonight. You've probably been here for most of
Probably
them, if
all
not
of them, yeah.
To see the way this thing has grown, especially over the last couple of years, what does that mean to you guys as players, but especially you as someone who grew up in the state?
Yeah, it's completely different from freshman year to now. It really just shows what we're capable of doing and what we've done. I think the people of West Virginia and Morgantown are finally starting to realize we're really that good and we can compete with football and basketball and the crowds that they bring in. Obviously, baseball is a game that some people don't like, and that's what it is. But they know now that they can come in and have a good time and watch a good team play.